God damn it, I've been talking all this time and huh. Apologies guys, I've been talking for the last 5-6 minutes and I forgot to start the stream. So I am live on NASDQ right now. Live on NASDQ. So yeah, we're about 7 points up. Nothing significant, but you know, if you want now, you can bring this right up underneath the low, this candle, reduce risk to bare minimum. Um, we're looking what 25 first take profit. But now because the market's moved in our direction, we had very small movement. We've got very little risk, like 7 points of risk. So we're 12 points up. Uh, So yeah, 20 pips first take profit. So let's just check we've got that. 21, 25, 105. There we go. Okay. If we come back to entry, guys, I will literally just close it down. So I'm not going to take a loss on this when it's got so close to our first TP of 20 pips, where we're going to take half off. Is there anyone on stream today? If you are, just let me know if you can hear okay. I'm just going to keep an eye on this because I just want to hit break even before we get to entry price. Hey Anna, how we doing? Mr. Shilson, good afternoon. Andy Argent, good afternoon. DTC Jimmy, I don't know, have you been on this stream before? I'm not familiar with the name, unless it's just a different YouTube name. Just about to hit T1, so let's go to break even on NASDAQ. We're about to hit T1, 20 points on NAS. There we go, done. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this. Oh, bollocks. Moved the wrong one. Okay, so I just, sorry, language. Ah, welcome. So you just caught me using a nice bit of language there. Sorry, guys. I moved effectively. I just closed out. It doesn't matter. I hit closed everything out for 20 points. It is what it is. I moved the wrong moved the wrong one now. Could this be one that bites me in the bum and it goes all the way up to? I was trying to move my target all the way up to 25,220, but in the end I closed the trade out like a fool. Never mind. Let's see what's going on with gold. Okay, so gold. Look, one thing I want to say about gold right now is, what do we notice? What can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about this zone here? You got a good stepdad there, Jimmy. I've known Andy a long time. Mr. Armand, good afternoon, sir. Yes, it's in a range, but look at these ranges. They're nuts, right? If we let me just drop down a little bit of a lower time frame. So if we look at the 15-minute, we've got a $62 15-minute range. It's madness. I mean, that's 620 points. You stick one unit on that, $6,000. Okay, so we've got comics coming into play right now. And just we've had a break out of this structure. 47, there's 40 points. I'm just looking at this. We've broken out. I was long on this earlier and got stopped. 30 points. Not really worth the risk. So I'll show you this bearish candle here because I moved my stop underneath this doji candle. This one stopped me out. I was long from the hourly chart. So you see here, this hourly bullish candle from the bottom of the range. I'd taken it on the 15 and the 30, so I'd had two winning trades. This one then triggered us in. To be fair, I mean, look, you depends how much you want to be long on gold. I just don't like the noise here, so I want to be clear of this range. I need the market to do something. Uh, I want the market to create some big momentum candles, and by that I mean I want to see some large-bodied candles. Lightning, yeah, I got your email by the way. You've missed. Where was your well wishes? I didn't see it. Ah, good morning, Mark and Gam. Please accept my well wishes for the week. People have a nice week ahead of you. Yeah, sorry, but I did miss that as I was yabbing away looking at the charts. I also got your email as well. Happy, happy to discuss on that because yeah, I definitely need some work. So if you can help crop some of these YouTubes and YouTube video live streams into shorts and things like that, then amazing. Liam, good afternoon, sir. How are you, mate? Everyone have a good weekend? Yeah, we're looking for. Oh, sorry, I do need to update the stats for the. We're at 98 now for the NASDAQ trade. Just came in, but should have been a bit more of a winner than it was, but never mind. I only got the 20 points. Let's. Hopefully, it's not kept going. Ah, it has. I knew it. Okay, so we've got to find. I will be looking for another way into the NASDAQ. Okay, so let's just look at what I said and we'll rehash what I went over. So daily support Friday came into that and we looked at ways to get in, took a nice trade on the NASDAQ. It's at the bottom of the range. Now you got to imagine that the market has predominantly been moving up apart from this period where it's gone into consolidation. So my bias would still remain to the upside. If I'm going to look for a trade, predominantly I want to be taking it from support areas. So I want to be taking it from somewhere here or somewhere here. Now remember that when every time you see a seller candle followed by a buyer candle like you do here, yes, support is being formed, but what's happening to the range? So these lows are getting higher. What's happening to the range as support's coming up? Uh, um, Sorry, what's that? Jimmy, if I had a better PC, I would because I know how to edit. Ah, okay, but my laptop is hopeless. Oh, I'm terrible. Yeah, so Lightning, one of the guys on here, he sent me an email with some info on how he can help and do all the edits for me. So appreciate all the support. Obviously, uh, it's not free, but appreciate the suggestions because anything like that is where it's not something that sits naturally with me. At least Jez isn't here to hammer on about Man United beating Spurs, but what a terrible weekend. Terrible weekend. Yeah, so I'm going to look for longs on NASDAQ. It's just a matter of trying to find a setup. So look, oh God, right, let's put him on mute. Go to channel activity. Ah, I can report him. Okay, so I'm definitely not putting him as a moderator. Yeah, I'm going to report you for abuse, Jess. Oh dear. Okay, so let's think about what we can look for. Now, just looking at NASDAQ here, just look at these candles. What do these candles look like to you? If you see these candles, what are you seeing? What's your first impression? Is it good? Is it bad? What's your first impression when you see those candles there, guys? Yeah, exactly. Why are you saying bad? You're absolutely right, but why? Yeah, so Jimmy, what we look for, because you're new here, yeah, it's just busy, it's noise, right? The way I want you to think about when you look at candles is the bigger the body and the less wick you have. So the body being the colored bit in the middle, and the wicks, obviously, these thin lines are above and below. The, when you see big black bodies like this, it's a bit like getting on the motorway and there's been no traffic. Okay, when you see small bodies and then the colors going from black to white, big wicks, it's a bit like being stuck in the M25 during rush hour, or you're stuck in a city. Everything's congested. So what you want is you want direction. Yeah, you want direction where you see these nice big candles. Now, sometimes, so for example, this is support here, right? I have a very simple way of explaining support. Support is sell a candle followed by a buy a candle. If you look below that and you want to know what the traffic's like, so for example, if we got a close below, so if the market then gave us something like this and we close below and we sell underneath here, where do you think the probability is that the market is likely to go to? So if the next candle wicks up, we're looking to sell for it to go lower, right? Now, we can see that this candle just went in a straight line, and so did the next one. So I would say that the probability is the market can come straight down there. If we look at that in a number perspective, that's 24,718 down to 24,560. So there's like 150 points up for grabs there. So that's what we're looking for. We want to trade clear ranges. It means we sit out the market quite a bit, but we sit out and we wait and we have a high probability rate of success. The only time we don't have a high probability rate is when we get a little bit greedy and we forget our rules and principles a little bit. And we're human, so that is done. We just want to eliminate it as much as possible. So opportunity. So look, let's just write a few things on the chart. So today we have no major news that's going to affect gold. We have a bias, which is for buys. Why? Because the market is predominantly moving to the upside. So if we're thinking about strategy, then I want strategy. One, I'm going to be looking for breakout long. Two, I'm going to be looking for BPC long. Okay, so that's the way I'm thinking. These are what I would predominantly want to do. Okay, now it doesn't mean that that's all I'm going to look at, but you know, I'd be saying, right, that's it. That's in the forefront of my brain. That's what I want to see. So ideally, I want to be looking for breakout above. So buys above 5058. I want to look for ah sells below 5002. Let's put zero point 0.7. Bottom. Okay, so at the minute, this is kind of like a no trade range for me at the minute. Now, this 30-minute candle could potentially offer me another opportunity. Some of the people who've been here a little bit longer, what do you think I'm potentially seeing in this little bit right now? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, looking for a potential short, but I've got to wait for this 30-minute candle. What else can we see? Peter J. Cole taking out the highs for a drop. Okay, yeah, but look, let's think simple. Think simple. Go back to basics. What are we looking for? Remember, we've got to wait for this candle to close, but what are we seeing from candle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Fox trades, how we doing? Support form if 30-minute close. Kalen, okay. Okay, Mr. Shilson. Man's left the group, but he's not left the rules. Let's think principles, guys. Think principles. Okay, stop. We're not talking strategy now, guys. Just think, what are we seeing on the candles? Mr. Shilson's already mentioned it, but what do we call it? Thank you. Tennis ball effect. Why? Now listen, the tennis, it's important we wait for this candle to close. So the small bodies, it's the tennis ball effect. Why do we call it the tennis ball effect? If we've got a tennis ball, we throw it at a wall or we throw it at the floor, what happens to the shape of the tennis ball before it bounces back up? What happens to the tennis ball? It compresses, then it expands to its normal size before it goes. So look what happens here. Look at the candles. Big candle body, small candle body. Tennis ball compresses, expands, compresses, expands, compresses, expands. Now it's compressing again. Are we getting ready for the next down move before we go back again? Maybe. So we're just waiting for this candle to close. Now the 30-minute, the 15-minute kind of gives us a little bit of a different image because we could look at this as a 15-minute breakout and we go long above this high. But long above this high, we're just leading into mess, and I don't like it. Look, there's the tennis ball. It's clarity. Big body, smaller body, starts to change over, takes out the highs, accelerate. Smaller body, smaller body, smaller body, accelerate. Small bodies, small bodies. Now we've taken out the highs. If I say something that sounds like I'm clueless, it's because I'm new to this. Jimmy, don't worry. The more you talk, the better. The only way you learn is by asking questions. So everyone started at the same place. Some people have a lot of knowledge, but from different places. So this might not make sense as well. So don't worry. New, we always open the door to new traders. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's trading, whether it's languages, whether it's sport. If you're new to something, you have to start with the basics, and you don't know what you don't know. It's a simple. Uh, 6, 7 months ago, Mr. Schills was, as he was saying, newbie, and now he's rocking on some nice big 50K accounts, so he's doing super well. It's just so we've got 8 minutes to wait for this candle to close, and then if it stays like this, if the next candle pushes up first, I'm just selling underneath this low. I'm going to target somewhere here, around this area, which should be $18. So yeah, I'll be all over that. $18. Uh, what on the contract size that we can trade at the minute, that would be around 600, just over $1,000, $1,080 at 6 contracts. So in fact, you know what, guys? I tell you what I'm going to do. Because we've taken out the high, see this 30-minute candle here? I'm going to place what's the low? 29. So, oh wow, it's just triggered straight away. I'm just going to put another unit in because I can't. So I literally just put it under. I don't know why it won't allow. Okay, so right underneath the low of that. So I've got the max amount that I can do on this account at the minute. So it's right entry price. I just sold underneath the low of that 30-minute candle. Now the reason I did that is because we took out the high first and then we broken the low. So it's created an engulfing candle. Could be a little bit eager. We'll see. I'm just going to put stops above the highs and let's put targets. Let's just move that up slightly. There we go. So I took that with a outside candle being formed. Tennis ball effect. We're seeing buyers running out of steam, flipping to sellers. Because we took out the high, if we hadn't taken out the high, I wouldn't have placed a side of waited for this candle to close. Now, comics is coming in 6 minutes. Ooh, not what I want to see. There you go. So it's prime example of being patient. And there's nowhere I can move my stops to on this as well. So look, even if it closes as a doji, right? If you didn't take the trade, the only difference is you're just not having to sit through a little bit of a drawdown now like I am. All that'll happen is if we close small body, perfect, you place the same trade. Just instead of going for a momentum entry like me, you're just going to take it underneath the low and you won't have had to sit through any drawdown. Now, what I am going to do is, what's the low of this candle? I need to put my first TP in. 28, so 23. Okay, buy limit, and we're putting half my lot size in for TP1. Now, so we put a 50 pip target in. So if we hit our first TP, there's a little BE button over here. I'm just going to hit break even. Now, if you don't have that facility, if you're not using something like Magic Keys or Trade Assistant or Dane's Traders, then all you need to do is drag your stop loss down on MetaTrader 4 or 5 right down to your entry price. Now, when you're trading CFDs or spot market, bring it down slightly in front because what's going to happen is you've got something called the spread. That's the difference between the buy and the sell price. So if you drag it right down to where you entered the market, you're going to lose a little bit of money, even if you get stopped at your entry price, because that will be the difference between the buy and the sell. So I always say, come down if you're selling, come down a little bit below your entry price. If you're buying, go a little bit above your entry price. 3 minutes. Okay, so let's bring this. What I'm going to do, so we've got 3 units coming off at 50 pips. I'm going to take another, so I'm going to take 2 off here if it comes down, and then that'll leave 1 unit to go all the way to the bottom. Now, we'll bring our stops down along the way, locking in profit, should it go in our favor. It may just from here rally and stop us out anyway without hitting TPs. But now, what will happen if we do hit TP, the 3 that's closing, you'll see this bottom one change to 3. And then if it runs again and closes out the 2, this will change down to 1. So that'll automatically happen. But now, stop management technique, things we're going to look for. So if you haven't placed this trade and you're waiting for this candle to close, if the next candle wicks up, breaks the low, that's where your sell stop's going to go. So if it wicks up, then breaks the lows, those that are already in the trade, you're going to bring your stop down above the high of the trigger candle. so we reduce risk. 2 minutes. 1 minute. Now, because we are going against, let's say, my bias, so if we get $4 in profit, so 29. So if we get to, what was the entry? 28. So if we get to 24, I'm going to hit break even. So 70% rule. Okay, so we're wicking up now. So if you haven't yet entered the trade, sell stops go underneath the bearish candle low. If you have entered the trade, the second it breaks the low, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our stop down above this current candle that's live. So the risk will be, if it breaks the low from here, the risk will be pretty much zero. We just need it to go down now. Famous last words. Oh, here we go. Look at this. What a start to the 30-minute candle. Oh, look at that. $11 in less than a minute. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that. If we break the low, well, I think we'll just run on straight to T1s and 2s. But obviously, this price point is going to be pretty critical for us. So second we break through 25, so 5025, stop loss comes down above this high. So we're getting close to our entry price again. Currently, what, $160 down at the minute. As soon as this flips, we'll go. As soon as this flips, if it does flip, we are going straight to target take profit. But here we go. So $260 down at the minute. Okay, get ready. So if you place the sell stop underneath the candle low, then you will be about to get triggered. If if this so if you place the sell stop underneath here, as soon as this flips bearish, you'll probably get triggered. As soon as we break this low, if you're already in the trade, which any second now, we'll bring our stop down above this high, but it has to break the candle low. So we just wait. Remember, it has to go through this low before I'm moving my stop. Flirting with our entry price. Bitcoin's down again today, 1.75%. Now, there's a big report out last week. I can't remember the name of the crypto fund. Just looking at the 1 minute chart, and the candles are huge. Yeah, I, 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 I've stopped looking at the lower time frames. It gives me palpitations. I just, I've finally managed to come down to a 5 minute chart, but that's because there's enough range. I can't trade off for 1 minute. I know Yotko will be loving these moves. But yeah, there's a crypto fund. I can't remember the name of it. They've got a few billions with a BTC, but their average price was $74,000. So when it broke 74,000 last week, that's why there was a bit of a, and they've got some levered positions as well, which is why there was a bit of a liquidation in the market. It tapped 60,000. Did have a little bit of a relief rally over the weekend up to 71, 72. I'm not sure. Maybe there's going to be further to go in BTC. Maybe there's going to be further to go. I don't mind. The more it keeps dropping, the better it is for dollar cost averaging. All right, let's break the lows. I want to reduce risk a little bit. And go on. Close but no cigar. We're getting there. Oh, come on. Now gold is acting. Yeah. I, a pleasure, Anna. They did message me. I just haven't had a chance to come back to you. So the hash codes will always help. Anyway, like watching paint dry this bit now. I'm so used to gold like hitting TPs in under 3-4 minutes at the minute that as soon as you sat in it for 10 minutes, it feels like you've been sat in it an eternity. But just to give you an insight, my average hold time has come down by over 66% since the new market conditions. So before, average hold time used to be about 21 to 22 minutes. At the minute, oops, at the minute it's down to 6 minutes. Okay, 6 minutes. So it just gives you an insight in how volatile gold is right now. That's a big shift in average trade duration. You watch, as soon as we get to de-risk, it's probably going to hit T1 and then there we go. So brought stops down above the current candle high. There we go. That's T1 hit, 50 pips secured. Right, just bring stops down a little bit below entry price. So we'll see what it does now. So you can see stop loss is this green dash line. It's just below the green solid line. So we've locked in some more profit there. Only $27 extra we've locked in. So let's just amend our results now. So we go to 99. 99 wins. Can we get the ton today? Can we get the ton today? Well, it's all been live on here since September, I think it was, and end of August. End of August, we've been running these stats. So let's see where we can go. Now, obviously, we just secured half profits there at 50 points. That was just simple mechanics, watching the candle bodies rotate from buyers to sellers using the tennis ball analogy. You know, there was nothing else, nothing else. You know, we try and keep everything as simple as possible here. Peter Cole, well done on T1. Mr. Shilson, get back in that cupboard. I'm only joking. Yeah, no FVGs and ICTs and all that jargon. Yeah. All right. What? 27. So 28. So we're like 60 odd points up now. Now look, this is up to you how you want to manage it. You can scale out whatever. So we're up another $240. Um, this is where I would start to expect to see buyers and sellers having a little tug of war again. So look, if you're looking at it now, you go, right, we've got another $300 in the profit. You know, if you want to adjust, you can just come over and you can say, right, okay, do you know what? I want to buy a little bit of that back. Um, I'm just leaving it for now. Um, but you can see it's literally just where there was a little bit of a struggle when it was trying to rally, because it rallied, it came down, it rallied, it came down, it rallied, it came down, then it broke through. So it makes sense for the market to try and have a little tussle here. You see these wicks? Look, this is where price will probably have a little tussle because it did previously, and it did here, and it did here. So maybe we just want to take a little bit off. I've just taken 1 unit off. Okay, so let's so what have I got left? So instead I'm gonna I'm gonna cancel this order and I'll put that as a limit buy for 1. So I just took 1 off, so there was 2 gonna come off here. And the reason I took 1 off is I don't need to be greedy. I don't need it to go and do like I don't need it to get all the way to the bottom to make me happy. I'm happy to take clips here and clips there. You know, T2, 100 pips, well done. I'm just going to drop the stop loss down a little bit more. Now, what would I like to see happen. So this is going to be my playbook for now. So what did we write on the chart before we start? Have I deleted it? Where's the notes gone? Okay, they've disappeared. Now, what could happen would be that price comes all the way down here and we get a wick down like this, and then we look for buys. Okay. Now, if we get a close below here, well, then that's a different kettle of fish. If we get a close below here, then I'm going to look for sells again. Okay. But if we come down here, take out these lows, then I'm going to start looking potentially for buyer candles to set up to trade it back up in the range. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Now, I don't know how many. So just remember, guys, we do have four. What is it? What's the date today? 5 days. So on Saturday, the end of the lifetime subscription is up on Saturday. So for those of you that are umming and ahhing about potentially joining trade and trading with us on a daily basis, being part of the community, the live streams, members get live streams on a daily basis, not just here on YouTube. YouTube is Monday and Wednesday to the general public, and then the rest of the time is for members. If you are interested, then I will post a link now. All you do is hit on that. There's a few spaces left. Most of them get snapped up by current members that are upgrading from monthly or annual subs. So there it is. If you are UK based, you can use Klarna, which means you can pay in 3 payments. Um, oh, so looks like what are we? 23, close to getting stopped out now. Uh, I'm on demo, just doing minimum pips. I got £8.45 on that one. Good start. Perfect. That's what we like. Well done, buddy. Yeah, listen, demo. So when it comes to things like demo are it's a great way to start just so you know your way around a platform. You know how to place a trade, you know how to move your stop loss, you know how to close a proportion of your trade off. So once you know that orientation, then it doesn't matter uh, on the wealth that you have around you. I'd always start with a small personal account and trade with real money, because trading with real money is going to bring out a different side to you. You're going to see whether you are the because once dopamine kicks in, you're going to start seeing whether you're the greedy person or the fearful person. The greedy person will keep moving their targets, and they'll also potentially move their stops further away. The fearful person will be closing their trade straight away in profit. It goes a little bit in profit and close it. The greedy one lets it run and keeps trying to let it run and thinks that it's going to keep going. Okay? You're the fearful type, I reckon. Okay, so the fearful, listen, they both have their advantages, yeah? So fearful, it can be difficult to get you to start moving, letting trades run. Greedy ones I can resonate more with because that was me initially. So I find it easier to wind people in a little bit. Um, Fearful ones, the good thing is in theory, if you're fearful, you're never gonna over leverage. You're never gonna move stops further away. So in theory, it's easier for you guys to make money. It's just once you understand the process, fear is a good thing. Greed in trading is a bad thing, but I can resonate with it more because that was me initially. Yeah. So letting trades run. So, you know, I listen to quite a few people, and you see all these gurus and whatever. They'll always say, "Cut your losers short and let your runners run," but you, you let your winners run. But you don't know what's going to be your winner, right? So you can only do it through management techniques, and that is going to mean letting go of emotions. So you just there we go. We're out now, right? Like cancel that order. So when people say let them run, what do you do? You just that means every trade you just let it let it run, and then when you get stopped out, they go, "Oh, we didn't kill it early enough because it was a loser." Well, how do you know? No one's got a crystal ball. So this is where I think there's a lot of I can't think of a polite way of saying it, crap spoken in the market. Yeah, because you've no idea. No one has a crystal ball. So that's why systems are in place. Now, look, if you're going to close 80% of the trade and you leave 20%, or you're going to close 90% and leave 10%, well, then you can let it go and do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, well, that's always gonna hurt. That's always gonna hurt. If but then look, if that's what you're doing, so for example, let's say you change your usual take profit because you want it to go further, then you're doing something that isn't normal, and then it's come back to your break even. So now you're like, well, I should have just taken my original take profit, and you'd have banked money. Okay, so there's no holy grail. What works one trade doesn't work another. Taking the new 50 pips. Yeah, I mean, look, we've accommodated right now for market conditions. Yeah, we've had to change. So instead of using 20 pips, still we're now looking at right. We're doing 50. Okay, I'm gonna stay out of these for now. Um, mm, oh, sorry, one second, go. Mm, uh, yeah, so gold now. I need it to either come down here in some nice big solid candles. Yeah, nothing for me right now, guys. No setups. Let's take it. Let's have a look at silver, see what's going on over here. Okay, right. Anyone got any opinions on silver looking at that daily chart? Tell me what you think. What could what does anyone see here? Okay, BPC. Anything else? This is the daily chart. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so what entry would this be, guys? Daily what? So look, let's just put the low for the daily on. Yeah, daily flip. And let's just drop down, have a look. Okay, 4 hour candle. Look at this. Let's have a look at the hourly. Hmm. Okay, well, I don't like all of this here. All of that candle there, I don't like. So, okay, so if I was going to look to trade on silver right now, I'd say potential sells below there and potential buys above there. This is my no trade range. So, no trade range. Where would I exit? Exit here. And I'd look for the gap to close. So, exit here. So, we're talking, we've got a 150 point move there and 140 point there. I think we're gonna have a quiet session, guys. I know we've had a couple of little trades there, um, but if if it remains like this, I'll knock it on the head at 230. Yeah, if the downside for me with something like got silver on the daily is I can't trade higher time frames, right? When I say I can't trade it, I just don't want to be sat in trades overnight. But if it does flip, $70 could be on the cards. And then it's like, do we form a new base here? And does it pop higher or does it move lower? But daily flips look good. I just don't want to have that bigger risk. So I would always want to look at trading a lower time frame if at all possible. So the lower time frame would be a break and close below here. So it'd be a BP breakout short. So let me. So if we went text, uh, so that's what we'd be looking. Oh, so yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. So effectively, if we look, we want to see a close below support. So we can say, all right, I would want to see the market close below this price point here at 78.75. Do we have clear space to the left-hand side? Look left, do we have clear space? Yes, one big candle and a gap. Next candle to wick up. So if we close below, I want to see the candle wick up, then we'll sell the low. Place stop under the low, the breakout candle, and that's it. So very, very simple, guys. Very, very, very simple rules. We're just waiting for it all to unfold, and then we can take advantage of whatever we need to. So my preference right now for gold, uh, I think I'd like to see price test this $5,000 mark again and then look for buys. Unless we get a close below, then obviously I'd change my viewpoint. But yeah, this one candle has now kind of uh, messed up this little downward move because you're not going to have clean range coming down. See here? Unless this candle, oh, you got 1 minute. If it flipped and turned bearish, then you're going to have nice big black bearish candles coming down here. So, but it's not going to happen in 30 seconds, I don't think. But it is, and it's too close to this support area. Otherwise, you could have looked at sells underneath here, but too close. No, coffee's not worked. So I've got 30 minutes until end of the stream, and then I've got a private client at 2:30. Oh, there we go. I'm just okay. Nothing to do at the moment, guys. So I just had to read something there. Oh, what's there? Okay, so I think is this. Let me see if this is the fund that I was looking for. I think they're called Strategy. Uh, uh, Yeah, it is. It's Michael Saylor. I'm sure that's the guy. Yeah, so far their losses are at 17.4 billion. They've got 713,000 Bitcoin, an average price of 76,000 per Bitcoin. Yeah, so that was they're called Strategy, and the guy running it, I think Michael Saylor. Yeah, Michael Saylor. So that's who to if you follow any crypto stuff. If the 15-minute, let's have a look. Annabolus 1 hour short, NASDAQ looks good, but 15-minute has a support. If 15-minute chart closes below support, maybe a good short. Okay, let's have a look. So 1 hour. Um, so let's mark it on. So that's 73. So there's 30 pips to the 1 hour support. Yeah, I mean, look, you could trade that, Anna, based off the hourly. Is it? I'm gonna ask you if you are. How's your day looking at the minute? Positive, negative? You'll be in the trade now if you've taken it. Positive. Okay. So look, we've got a 30 pip range right now. Is that something that could drastically change the way that your day looks? So let's think about the trades that if we take it and it comes in is really gonna. Now, if we can look below here, we've got massive clear space. 30-minute. Okay, let's adjust it a little bit more. Okay, so if we say, right, we've got that wick to fill, and then, oops. So there you can see trader stats. So today, 78% win rate. We're up $1,200 profit factor. Uh, Average losing trade today, $142. Average win, 108. So let's adjust this one down here. The wick fill. So if we come down, that's 38, 32. So we've got 70 points if we get a close below. So the way I'd look at that is I'd say my personal preference would be let it come out of this range, whether it's above here or below here. I think in here, you're not really, you haven't got any room for error. If you get triggered and it comes into this bit, you got like 15 pips, 16 pips, at least give yourself a bit more room for error. So gold looks like it's going to sit in this range for us today. So literally since the open, uh, so I'm going to look for buys above here if it kicks in. So levels at 5003. No, 5063 is what I'm looking at here. So let's go buys above 5063. Top. So this is what we're looking for now. Buys above 5063. I'm going to leave all this noise alone. Let other people trade in there. Now, if we do come up into this price point, we try to break through it, and then sellers come in, and if we've got clear candles that have taken us up there, then we can look for sells from the top as well. Mr. Matkin, good afternoon. Not a lot. We've had a couple of trades, couple of wins. Nothing. I was saying that we had 50 pip on gold. T2. I closed out about 90 pips, one unit, and left some. Peter Cole, I know, got his 100 pips. What did everyone get on the gold trade? T1, T2 for Mr. Argent. Well done, sir. Okay. Uh, it is being a little bit slow right now, guys, but we can't. This is the beauty, right? When the markets go slow, best thing we can do is do what? What's the best thing we can do when the markets don't give us opportunities? Is it try and create an opportunity by drilling down to a lower time frame? Is it find a different market to trade? Or is it, oh, one second, Amazon guy, one second. Hi guys. So just a quick parcel delivery. Exactly, yeah. Stay out the market. Have lunch or wait. Yep. Or go for a walk, go to gym. Now, listen, why do we mark the levels? Why do we mark areas of interest on the chart? So, for example, why do I say buys above here, or why do I then put, let's say, sells below 5003? Okay, why am I doing this? Why would I then say, right, okay, we'll put the breakout short rules down here. What, and then I go, right, why would I do such simple things when I even know what the rules are? Why would they then do this? What's the purpose of me creating? Okay, so yeah, stop temptation, but it's like I don't know, it's like driving, right? You don't get in a car aimlessly unless you just want to go and clear your head, right? So you get in a car and you say, right, I have the intention of going from here to the gym, or I have an intention of going from here to work, or I am going from here to the doctors, or if you like me at the minute, it seems to be here to the bloody hospital every week. So when we know where our destination is, we put a map in and we follow it until we get there. So trading, we know what we want to do when it gets here, but maybe we don't know what we want to do when it's here. So I go, right, I want to sell if we get a close below here. I want to buy if we get a close above. I also know that these 2 points I can potentially sell and buy from as well. I can do the opposite if we get a false breakout. Okay, we can also do a range trade, but that's not defined yet because we don't have the clear space confirmed. Whereas above here and below here, I know we have clear space, so I can trade those. So that's already defined in my mind. So this tennis ball effect, I couldn't put that in because I didn't know until this candle was forming whether we could short here or not. Shorting in the middle of the range comes with added risk because it's the middle of the range. The market can go up, it can go down. Okay, it's not as predefined as a range because it's bang in the middle. So yeah, add alerts, go away. Don't get yourself sucked into going, do you know what? I see a bullish candle. Let's trade. Let's buy. I see a bearish candle. Right, we're at support. Let's just buy it. No, wait for the buyers to come in or wait for the sellers to close below the level. Yeah, these are things that we need to, if you work on your process and your rules and your discipline, the prize will follow. As we always say, focus on the process and the prize will follow. Yeah, discipline is key. You can give two people the same strategy, one person will make money, one person will lose money. The only difference is the person. Yeah, is it? So we're just sitting tight and waiting for the market to do whatever it is gonna do. So let's take a quick look. Bitcoin, right? And I'm just gonna look at this because just from I don't trade it, day trade it, but just from the technical perspective, we can look at this and go, right, resistance is formed here. We have a bullish candle followed by a bearish candle. Now the bearish candle's taken out the support level. It's wicked up and now it's breaking. Now downside is you've got a wick to fill here, which is already done. Now below this, so maybe we look at the hourly. Okay, the hourly is nicer. So in theory, you can look and say, right, okay, I'm selling underneath here. Where's the next level of support? I mean, it's all the way down here, 65,000. So you've got like a three and a half, $3,600 move available to you if it goes all the way down there. So, these are 4 hour looks lovely. If I was to trade higher time, look, that's a perfect tennis ball. Look at this. big momentum candles getting smaller, smaller, wicks are getting bigger, doji flips, then momentum candle. This is going to come down, whether it comes all the way down here or whether it creates a higher low, I have no idea. But I would expect us to break this low and then it comes somewhere in this range. Okay. Now, interestingly, we've got resistance here. If this cat, in fact, I'm not going to explain it. Tell me what could potentially happen here, guys. Yes, Ana de Bolos. Exactly. So if we get a bearish candle close, next candle pushes up, you can sell below. But you got 10 minutes to wait. So a lot can change in 10 minutes. And we have clear range of 150 pips as it stands. But we've got to wait. So we'll look see what's happening on the 5. Don't like the 5, so I'll leave the 5 alone. Why don't I like the 5? Look at this. White candle, black candle, white candle. Bullish candle with a huge wick. Bullish inside candle. Another bullish candle with a big wick that takes out the highs but closes near the lows. So I don't like the 5-minute chart. Won't even entertain it. So I'm only going to stick around for about another 10-15 minutes, but I'm going to stick around for this candle to close. If this candle closes bearish and then wicks up, I'll sell it. If this candle just comes all the way down to the bottom in this candle, then I'm just going to kill the stream. Not, it sounds a bit wrong, but I mean, I'll end the stream and call it a day. I'll also hit this button here. That'll lock me out of the account for the rest of the day. So it means I won't be able to place any more trades. Okay, 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Gotta wait, see if this candle closes bearish. If not, then guys, remember, you can look for the next price point. If we come up into this area and we get a bearish candle close, same thing. I'm just gonna switch off because I've got other things that I need to crack on with today. But yeah, we'll be looking for effectively range trade from here, BPC short. If you get a seller candle, I'm not looking for breakouts above here. There's no clear range, only above here. So you can potentially look for short here. We're looking for breakout here or false break here. If we've got nice big clear, big bodied candles coming up, that looks terrible. Those drawings didn't work, but you know what I mean. We're looking for nice big bodied candles driving all the way up to resistance for a potential opportunity. NASDQ. So the short would have worked. Anna came straight into that 30 pip zone, and we're seeing it react off that support level. But like I said, it's not something I didn't feel like there was a lot of margin for error, so it's something I didn't want to take. They were big bodied indeed, Dan. This is we need gold to break out. We need gold to break out of this range. Let's see if we can get a our 100th winning trade live on stream today. It will need to come if this candle closes bearish, we've got an opportunity. If not, we'll be back. It won't be tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday. It will be Wednesday. Well, I've got a feeling, guys, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. So I'm going to be done for the day now, guys. Members, you got a session with Nolan tonight at 8 o'clock. I'll be back at 6:30 tomorrow morning. And then one US live stream at 1 p.m. for members. Definitely not closing bearish now. What's happening to the NAS? Okay, so Opportunity if the next candle takes out the highs, then closes bearish below this level. You can then trade it as a false break back down. Why? Because you've got clear range now to the downside. We don't have it to the upside. 240 pips. Yeah. So 1 minute. Yeah. Can't look at a lower time frame, but 15-minute candle. Ideally, what I'd like to see, if you're going to trade it, is I'd like to see it push up, take out the highs, then close back below the level as a bearish candle. That'd be my preference. Then, so let me see. So you want to see it maybe small body, close like this. Then you want to see it wick up, sell stop underneath here, and then close like that. That's what you want to see. Again, not the best of drawings, but unfortunately, it's about bearish close, so no setup. Bullish close. $47. Yeah, no, there's no room to the upside either. Oh, NASDAQ. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh. Yep, no way in. Okay, NASDAQ's dropping. I wonder if this is going to bring gold down. I wonder what's going to happen here. If we're going to see another big sell-off in indexes. Okay, so this is just on the basis if we are going to, I just want to see what happens with the stock market. I just want to see if it pings lower. If we start to see a bit of a meltdown in the stock market, then I want to see if gold will follow it initially. Look at the NASDAQ. Okay, Naz has found a bid at the wick. So I'm happy with today's trading. Look at it, it's found a bid right on the 24,968 level. So I'm happy with what we've done today. A couple of trades, couple of wins. Got $1,200 in the bank. So I'm going to call it a day today. So on that note, guys, I'll say good night and goodbye. Stay disciplined for the rest of Monday. I will see you tomorrow morning, members. Like I said, for those of you that are relatively new to this channel or interested, we do have a free Telegram channel as well. Let me just share the link for the free Telegram channel. Uh, where is it? Copy link. Free Telegram channel is there. But if you did want to just jump in and go for the lifetime access, I'll also post that link there. All right, look at this. Naz is popping now. Naz is popping. Yeah, I'm done. But I think if Naz takes out these highs, we'll probably see it run on a good chunk today. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see members tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.